For me, I've been able to give my students the time that they need to master skills. The main thing that we've been working on is making sure that they are learning the skill when they're ready. I'm not rushing them because my pacing guide says I need to do it that week. If they're not ready, I'm not going to start with them. I'm just going to continue filling in whatever gaps that they need to reach those skills. A lot of times students will come to us for kindergarten, but they don't quite have the skills ready to master kindergarten skills. So we can go back and really review those foundational skills with them to ensure that their year will be successful. I want to be able to master being their facilitator and not always standing in front of the classroom. I want to be able to give them a task and they are doing it and I'm just observing or just giving some pointers. I'm not having to tell them the answer, they are seeking the answer for themselves.
We change what we're doing based off of what they master, and we go off of the standards that are already in place for the state of PA to make goals for the students. So it helps me as a teacher because I do a more interactive approach. The way I'm testing has changed because instead of a typical assessment setting where the students are sitting at desks, we do more individualized, we have flashcards, it's a one-on-one thing, so it gives you a more holistic picture of the mastery that students have obtained. Teaching for student mastery is allowing students to drive what they already know and to further it, and it helps students who have not quite mastered the goals yet to spend more time in areas that need developing before they are able to effectively move forward. With our society constantly changing and the development for new jobs, it's important for them to understand what their interests are from a very early age and to be able to pursue that and understand what their strengths are and to be able to push themselves to the highest and use their strengths in one area to help them in all other subject areas.
As a teacher, kind of relinquish the wheel a little bit. Say, hey, okay, the learning is in both our hands, but really I'm putting it on the student. And I think I like that they're showing ownership of that. It's intentional for them, and they get to choose that. As I was doing my lesson today with the airplanes, it's like the students were engaged. It wasn't just like a lesson. It's like, okay, we're going to learn about ordinal numbers. No, we're going to learn. The focus is going to be on ordinal numbers, but we're going to learn about, the symmetry of the plane, the shape of the plane, how far it goes, an informal measurement of it. So I'm taking all these skill sets, different ones, and making it tangible in one lesson about ordinal numbers. With CBE especially, I think the goals I'm trying to attain is, one, be a better facilitator, be a better layerer with the skill sets, with the materials and tools, and having options for the student. Like the key thing for even at a subconscious level, like we always want a choice of someone, whether it's Coke or Pepsi, we want some type of choice. And for a student, they should be able to have that choice in their learning.
Last year was my first year here, and I used a lot of just direct instruction and not so much center-based. This year I turned it to more child-based activities and been teaching a lot through centers and making the activities more interactive and engaging for the students in order for them to reach their mastery. It also helped me in order to see which students are struggling and which students need more help or need more challenges on those topics. In the past, I used a lot of paper and pencil assessments, and I noticed that the students didn't do too great on them. So with learning about competency-based education, I changed to a lot more authentic assessments, and I can see that the students like them a lot more and they do better on these assessments because they are using developmentally appropriate practices. For my students, I would like to make sure that the ones that need to be challenged are challenged and the ones that are struggling get the support they need in order to master the skills they're learning.